that US telling us that you cannot buy oil from Russia. How a particular country can dictate us the terms from whom we should buy and from whom we shouldn't buy. Even US is buying uranium from Russia for that matter. Ask me, it is hypocrisy of Mr. Trump.
Why penalized India only?
Why penalize India? Because you don't want India to see coming in the list of the developed nations somewhere or the other.
Means you third largest economy. You don't
third largest economy. India should be under your thumb, which India refuses to be, very frankly.
India, China, Russia collaborating each other and becoming a BRICS.
You see,
Prime Minister Modi is going to China very soon.
Yeah, very soon.
The NSA, Ajit Doval, he went to, he had a meeting with Putin, Russia. And Jaishankar also recently visited. So how you see that new things are developing?
I can say this is one area where India will be able to dominate even Trump. Because we have been supplying them the low cost medicines. And I think they can't be immune to that.
We have special guest with us, AMARJIT Chopra, who is by profession who is a chartered accountant, and he was the former president of ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, and he was a member of many committees in India. We will discuss about tariff, how we see the tariff by the eye of a chartered accountant, and also he completed 50 years in this profession. Chopra ji, welcome to the show.
Thank you ji.
Starting with your career, the 50 years in this profession, chartered accountant, how you see this journey?
It has been a journey, I think both one has seen ups and downs, and it has been a remarkable journey from that angle. More so because I have seen the profession changing its face altogether. We are no more being considered accountants anymore. And also at the same time, our role has changed over from accountant to finance manager to CFO to CEO. And we have become business advisors. We do participate in many mergers and acquisitions. We have a number of chartered accountants who have gone into the startups. More importantly, the gender ratio has undergone a dramatic change in these 50 years. Whereas in our times, I think the percentage of ladies in the profession was hardly 0.1%. Today they are 33% of the total. And if I look at the students, I think of the students 45% are the girls today. So today we are faced with many challenges. If you really ask me, we need to upskill ourselves, particularly with the advent of the artificial intelligence, with the advent of the chat GPT. Audit tools are there now. The entire audit practice is undergoing a change. Accountancy jobs are going to be hit because of many things. But I think it has been a very, very good, very interesting journey if you really ask me.
Chopra ji, if someone don't know who AMARJIT Chopra is, how will you describe yourself, your career, your path, and the 50 years of your journey as a chartered accountant?
I can say with pride that, and with all humility also at my command, that this chartered accountancy profession has given me everything, name, fame, and of course whatever one can enjoy. Of course one has seen the worst of the days, but one is seeing the best of the days also at the same time. And in this entire process, I think the blessings of the parents, love and affection of the brothers, sisters, and of course the sacrifice made by my wife, Dimpy, and of course the children has been absolutely tremendous. They have stood like a rock behind me all this period. And but for the love and affection of the many friends all over the country and abroad also, I think one couldn't have achieved some of the milestones which one has been able to achieve. I'm really grateful to all those friends, and there have been many guides in this profession, senior people who have acted as a guide to me. Few of them are no more, but I take a bow before all of them.
And you remained the president of ICAI, which year was that?
I was there in 10-11. Okay. It's almost 15 years back now. It's a history And I think this position the positions come and go, that's not important. What is more important is how you have created relationships with the various individuals. I think you will like to be known more as a good human being, rather than as a flourishing chartered accountant.
Okay. So your students might be across the globe serving this profession?
Yes, I can say that there are few of the students even in Toronto today, and for that matter, and there are many students in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Gulf, Australia, for that matter, London. So everywhere the students could be there. But as I said, I think the pride that you take in the fact is that you have been in this profession, a profession which has been very noble. Of course, there can be I can say blackfish in every of the profession, so one shouldn't be too bothered about that. And one has seen this profession changing over a period of time. We have entered into MOUs with many institutes, including Canada for that particular matter.
Okay, so you completed 50 years in this profession?
I will be completing tomorrow.
Okay, so what message you want to give to the young chartered accountants?
Whenever you undertake a profession, whenever you enter a profession, enter it with a passion. I think that is more important. I will like to carry on this profession with all kind of passion even in the remainder part of my life. And of course, I will say that one needs to be ethical, one needs to be straightforward. There could be circumstances, there could be situations, challenging situations in which you may be penalized for your truth, but I think you need to be prepared for it. But hard work, passion, and of course the ethics have no substitutes.
World is going through a very tough time, challenging time. Every country is passing through a tough time, and now the tariff war has started across the globe. Being a chartered accountant, an experienced chartered accountant, senior, how you see this tariff, what tariff is, and how you see by the eye of a chartered accountant?
See, this tariff war is going to create many accounting issues also. Let's be very clear about
accounting issues.
Accounting issues also. Now, if US imposes 50% tariff on us, which
on
they
India
say that they have imposed, and some of the exporters from India are unable to export to US, and if they were dependent only on US, whether they remain going concern or not, I think to me that's going to be a matter of concern. And whatever production that they have already done, how do we value that particular inventory if that's not going to move for a substantial period of time? I think there are going to be accounting issues. There are going to be accounting issues with regard to the sustainability of those entities. But what I see today is that it's very unfortunate whatever is happening, that because of the ego of one of the presidents of a particular superpower, I think we are going through all this drill, but that's how the world goes on, and that is how people elect the people. I think it's for US people to decide whether they elected the right man or not. I will not like to comment anything beyond that.
Yes. So will India be affected with this 50% tariff?
To an extent, yes. There's no doubt about it. Whatever we may say, whatever boldness we may show in saying no, we are not going to be affected. But till the time those entities which are dependent upon US basically for their exports, they are able to find the alternate buyers in different countries. I think to that extent we are going to be affected. There is no doubt about it.
And you said accounting issues. So what is the solution to get out of those accounting issues? Because tariffs are there. It's already announced, and every other day the new tariffs are coming, the retaliate tariffs are coming. So how that complex situation of accounting
so far
happens?
as this going concern issue is concerned, or sustainability issue is concerned, I think it's for the Indian government to see that they are able to provide support to those units for the time being through the banks, so they are able to sustain. Or if those units are able to provide capital to themselves, basically the promoters are able to provide capital to themselves till the time they find the alternate buyers, there is no issue in that. But there could be certain fatalities. I personally feel that there could be certain units, particularly if you have been on a small scale, and if you are unable to survive without that particular export, there could be certain implications. But I don't see too much of it. The reason being that India is such a vast country. We have 1.4 billion people in any case. So the consumption within the country is pretty high, and when the consumption within the country is very high, and if you are in a position to divert that production to your local demand, I think you will be able to sustain that business. Of course, the profitability might go down, the other thing might go down, but you will still be able to sustain yourself.
Chopra, the deal between US and India that was about to happen, but there were some disagreements between both the countries, like what we heard, you can correct us if we are wrong, that both the countries, India agreed to buy more defense equipment from US, more energy from the US, but the deal got stuck on the dairy and the farming issue. What is the real scenario there?
I think you are absolutely correct in this particular assessment, if you ask me. The reason being that India were prepared even to do away with some of the tariffs on some of the industrial products. They were even willing to do away with some of the tariffs with regard to the auto industry also, despite the fact that there was a lobby within India which was working against that. And they were demanding that it shouldn't happen because we have our own manufacturing facilities today, and why should they suffer in India? But still the government was willing to compromise on that. India were willing to buy more and more of the defense equipment from US and energy also for that matter. The deal got stuck primarily because of the fact that we are an agri-based economy. I think nobody can deny that. And we have the white revolution also in our own country when we talk of the dairy products for the. When you have the white revolution already in your own country, you have the green revolution in your own country, and your farmers, you are already committed to double the income of the farmers. In that particular case, you can't allow the cheap products without any tariff to come from abroad and then destroy your own interests of the farm,
mainly dairy
interest
and
of the farm, dairy
agriculture.
and agriculture.
So this scenario is going on. So do you think that India took a stand on this? They are firm that we won't bow down. So is that a correct stand by India?
To my mind, yes. I think any self-respecting economy will do that. We, as I said, that even with regard to the auto industry, we had more or less compromised that even if there is going to be some export from US to India, with regard to that, it may happen. And then the most surprising part has been that US telling us that you cannot buy oil from Russia. How a particular country can dictate us the terms from whom we should buy and from whom we shouldn't buy. I think there is no way that India needs to bow down on that particular point. We should not be cowed down under any circumstances, and India must continue because whatever is in our own interest to buy. And after all, Mr. Modi or the government must have calculated what economically suits them more, what suits 1.4 billion people more under those circumstances. And if you are buying from Russia, and even we were making some profits out of it, I think every country does it. Even US is buying uranium from Russia for that matter. And Europe is buying oil from
even China, Europe, they are buying.
China is also buying. It is hypocrisy. If you really ask me, it is hypocrisy of Mr. Trump. When it comes to the other countries, you are willing to spare them. But so when it comes to India...
Why penalized India only?
Why penalize India? Because you don't want India to see coming in the list of the developed nations somewhere or the other.
Means you third largest economy, you don't
third
want
largest
to see them.
economy in the times to come. So you still wanted that India should be under your thumb, which India refuses to be, very frankly. And I think whatever has been the meeting of Mr. Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister, with Mr. Trump or anywhere else, or whatever Mr. Piyush Goyal entered into negotiations with the US officials, I think they have been firm. They have not been rude. Let me be very clear. There is a difference between being rude and being firm. They were firm that they will not compromise on the interest of the Indian farmers. They will not compromise on the interest of the dairy producers for that matter. And I think that's right. And then we, as I said, we are a sovereign nation and we must go ahead with from whomever we want to deal with. Why should somebody be able to dictate us that with whom I should be dealing and with whom I should not be dealing?
So is the world order changing now?
World order will change 100%. I think US has been a superpower for a very long time. It has been number one economy. But it has been number one economy because dollar has been strong. People have been dealing in dollars. All trade transactions have been there in the foreign currency. These have been in terms of the dollar. Dollar has been the main currency.
Yes.
If BRICS come together and they try to de-dollarize, basically, which is going to be the effort in the times to come.
It will happen?
It is bound to happen. If not today, maybe after 1 year, maybe after 2 years. I think unless you remain cordial with the other countries will try to find a via media.
Okay.
They will try to find an alternative to your currency for that
Same
matter.
Canada is doing.
I think the Canada will also have to do the same thing.
Yes.
No, Canada has been living under the shadow of US for a very long time.
Yeah.
I think they should also come out of it.
No, they are going to Europe for exploring more markets.
It has to happen. After all, it has been a UK colony, if you really ask me.
But how you see the India, China, Russia collaborating each other and becoming a BRICS?
You see, my only point is, people may say that China will not collaborate with India, India will not collaborate with China. But when your enemy is common, and here the common enemy could be US for that matter, I think then you can come around.
Yes, that's why Prime Minister Modi is going to China very soon.
Yeah, very soon.
The NSA, Ajit Doval, he went to, he had a meeting with Putin, Russia, and Jaishankar also recently visited. So how you see that new things are developing there? In this
As I said, that new order will come in. If the other country does not yield to your and only wants to exercise pressure, only wants to pressurize you to a limit. You see, you can pressurize any country to a particular limit. You see, we are different from Pakistan. We have been more or less self-reliant in many areas for that matter. Today, if I look at our own banking, we look at our own medical facilities, we look at even law and order position, I think we are much better than some of the advanced countries for that matter. So, I think you cannot take the things beyond a particular limit. And I think no country should take it lying down. And India is no exception to that.
So how much pressure more President Trump can put on India? Because India is not going to bow down. So then the egos come. How much more pressure they can put?
Here I may not like to comment because it's between the two governments ultimately. It's between Modi and Trump. Ultimately they will decide. But one thing I am convinced today is, irrespective of what turns out out of this tariff war, whether the tariffs again come back to the original position or not, whether India yields or they yield, I'm sure on one thing, that till the time Mr. Trump is there,
relations cannot be
till the time Modi is there, the relations between the two countries would never be the same what these were a few years back.
Okay. Chopra, you travel a lot between Canada and India. You have seen the life in Canada. You have lived long time in India. How you compare some of the things like economy and the health system and the law and order?
I heard a lot about Canada when my daughter shifted here, very frankly. But I never could imagine that the medical system here is so small. And not only small, rather so inadequate. Even they are unable to serve a population of around 3 crores for that matter. Here you have to wait in queue for a knee replacement for more than a year or two for that matter. And even in an emergency, you might be required to wait for a few hours for that matter.
To get an MRI,
I'm told that you have to wait for 4 or 5 months. I think India is far more advanced today. And when you are talking about medical, I can say this is one area where India will be able to dominate even Trump. Because we have been supplying them the low cost medicines. And I think they can't be immune to that. And so ultimately, for pharmaceutical, they will have to come back to India,
Yes.
for the low-cost medicines, and that's one strong area that India has got
Pharmaceutical
today.
is a big,
Pharmaceutical
strong,
is
yes.
a very, very strong area. So what India has got today. So to my mind, medical is one part where India is much stronger. Banking-wise, we are much ahead.
India is much ahead.
Much ahead of. You look at the UPI system that we have got,
Yes.
the payment system.
Yeah.
Our vegetable vendor today can accept a UPI payment.
Yes. Just with the tap.
That's with the tap. So I think no comparison there also, for that matter. And also I think so far as education is concerned, the number of universities that we have got, the number of IITs we have got, the number of IIMs we have got, we are much ahead of it. There is absolutely no doubt. And law and order. The kind of car thefts that I hear here, the kind of law and order things that I hear here, I always thought that probably it is not a third world country.
Yes.
Probably
Developed
it is a much developed nation. But here when I come and I learn all these things, I personally feel that in Delhi, that kind of a crime can't happen, that you force your entry into a home and then you can take away the car or you can take away anything else.
And if you try to save yourself, you can be punished.
You can be punished. So I think there are a number of areas in which
And
India
what about
is much
economy?
better. Economy-wise, there is no comparison. We are growing at a rate of almost 6.9%.
India is growing at
So
that rate.
it is the highest growth rate that any country has got today,
Okay.
world over. Whatever Mr. Trump may say that we are a dead economy, I think he can compare the economic growth rate of the two countries and
So
find out.
why Trump said India is a dead economy? What is the reason?
No, it is just to exercise the pressure, to exert a pressure, not exercise, to exert a pressure.
But a superpower, the president of United States is saying a dead economy.
As I said, it's for the people there to assess whom they elected as the president of that nation. I think that's more important.
Okay. How tough is the profession chartered accountant to become a CA? Is that because in India we have heard that IIT, but chartered CA profession is more tough than
No, I think any student who undertakes the training seriously and anyone who is who can I think interpret the things better, whose expression is good, and who can study consistently.
Okay.
In CA, one thing is important, that you should not be studying only in the last 1 month. And of course, the luck has to be with you.
Yes.
That's more important. I still remember when I qualified, the result used to be about 3%.
Okay.
Today, of course, the result for both the groups, which I am talking of, 3% is about 16-17%. Single group, our times, the result used to be about 6-7%. Now it is sometimes even 30%. So I won't say that the things are as tough as these are made out to be.
Yes.
But yes, examination has to be tough. Yeah. If it is a professional examination, I don't think you can create professionals who do not add value to the profession.
Yeah. So you served for 50 years in this profession. Still, you are ongoing, working and serving the nation?
I'm still in practice also, and I'm still on certain boards of the companies, and also at the same time I try to give back to the society by way of lecturing, etc. And I, as I said to begin with, it is my passion, and I will like to continue to pursue that passion in the right direction. With the blessings of Almighty and of course the parents, wherever they are.
So any final message you want to say to the those who want to pursue their field in the chartered accountant field?
Number one, they should take the training seriously. Number two, to my mind, it is better for any student to go through the graduation first and then come to the CA, rather than joining it after 12th. There has to be a maturity level. I'm not, no offense to anybody, those who have qualified after 12th. But I personally feel that they must enjoy their college life first. Become matured. Come to the CA profession, because once you face the CFO of a particular company, you need a particular age level, maturity. And of course, they must pursue it with passion and ethics. That's very important.
Chopra ji, thank you very much for.
Thanks to you.
Thank you very much, and congratulations for completing 50 years.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.